Almost all golf videos talk about what to do in the golf swing before you hit the golf ball, but what about the part of the golf swing after you hit the ball? Believe it or not, after coaching golf for 30 plus years, that's where the real magic is. So when we swing the golf club, there's really two parts. There's the part of the golf swing that happens before we hit the ball, and there's the part of the golf swing after we hit the ball. And what I have learned, this was an aha moment for me, is that I can drastically change somebody's golf swing before they hit the golf ball when I get them to focus on something after. Number one has to do with getting the weight forward. I'm hitting a driver today, but this would really apply to all clubs. A lot of golfers struggle with keeping their weight back, or they have bad weight shift. They drift, they sway, but they keep their weight back. The first thing that you could focus on after you hit the golf ball is to make sure that your knees are touching. If your knees are touching, your weight shift has to be pretty good. Let me go ahead and hit a shot here. So I'm sitting here with my driver, I make a backswing, I hit the ball, my knees are touching. I now know that my weight has gone a little bit forward and that I've shifted my weight correctly. So that's the first thing that I would have a student focus on after they hit the golf ball, is to make sure that their knees are touching. The next thing that I would focus on, and that is the position of the handle. And let's talk about that. So this handle, the direction that this handle is, or the position that it's in when it finishes, tells the whole story. If it finishes in a spot, it came from a certain spot. So if you tend to come over the top, Nick, have you ever been told you come over the top? Yeah, Nick, sometimes he does. He gets a little slight, sometimes he does. We're working on it right now. Nick gave us a thumbs up. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Be sure to like and subscribe, and hey, tell us where you're from. We love hearing where you're from. What I will tell a student who's coming over the top, this would be over the top. The club's going over top and to the left. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to finish the golf swing, and I want your handle to be high and to the right. Because if the handle finishes high and to the right, there's only one place it could come from, down here. If it finishes there, it has to come from here. And lots of times it's a heck of a lot easier. This is what I've learned in coaching. It's a heck of a lot easier to focus on the finish position than it is something that happens back here in the snap of a finger. When you finish your swing, then we'll talk about the third one, if you tend to slice it. I'm gonna get my knees touching. I'm gonna have the high handle. Oh, Nick, that was popped pretty good. Smacks for driver's hot. What if you're slicing it? Now we're gonna focus on the club face. Knees touch for the body. Handle helps the arms swing in the right direction. Let's talk about the club face. What I want you to feel in the club face is I want you to feel this. I want you to lay it over. Lay it over. What I mean is the club face is going to lay over. So when you finish the swing, the handle's high, but the face is laid over. The handle is high and the face is laid over. Everybody see that? When the face is laid over like that, that helps the club face release and rotate. Let me tee one up here, and I want to talk about one other thing here. If I get my knees touching, if I get the handle working up and to the right, I know I'm swinging in to out. If I get the club face to lay over, let me go ahead and hit one right here. We're there. There it is. Gosh, that's hot. Those things will help me. Now, one more thing here. This is kind of for fun. I think this is something that you should actually practice. I think you should actually have what I call, not a club twirl, but you should have something you do in the finish. You look at all the great players. After they hit a great golf shot, they do something. Now, this might sound a little silly, but I think it's important. I'm going to tell you why I think it's important. When you hit a good golf shot, like for me, it's down here, twist, and in the side. Tiger, right? Fist pump, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. Why is that important after you hit the golf ball? Because golf is a game of feel, it's a game of touch, it's emotions. And when you do things right, you want to reinforce that feeling through some type of movement to tell yourself, hey, nice job. You pulled it all together. Hey, now that I've told you what to do after you hit the golf ball, check out my next video on what to do before you hit the golf ball. And if you want to personally work with us on your golf game, check out vlscoaching.com.